Hello everybody, this is Mrs Robinette. It's Sunday night, but I'm going to go ahead and do my Monday video. And this video really is good for the entire week. Everything that I put on Google Classroom links you to Edulastic. And my Edulastic was, I believe it's the letter of your first name, all of your last name, your lunch number, all that together. Like mine could be D Robinette 123. And then your password is math. If it links you and has you log into Edulastic. All of you should have your logins to this in your black folder from school. Now, everything that this week talks about is place value, really. When you look at your packet, and all I did was grab the math packet, okay? This is what the first day Edulastic looks like. There's 5 questions. That's all I put on every day for the rest of the year. You just have 5 questions. I open them up on Monday, and then you should be able to do Monday through Friday if you want to, and you're done for the week. It's really simple review concepts. I went back to the first year trying to get decimals and place value and stuff like that in. Okay. The first question says, how is the number 5,000s and 85 thousandths written in decimal form? Couple of things to remember is when you see the word and, what does and stand for? What does it mean? Okay, when you see the word or you read the word and in the middle of a number, it stands for the decimal. All right. The other thing you want to take into account is, do the words end in THS. If it ends in THS, then you know those numbers are where? As we talked about, you know those numbers are behind the decimal. There are 3 place value positions that we talked about, okay, behind the decimal. Point, that's the decimal, point to her thumb. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. TH. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Point to her thumb. So when you read this first question, it says 5,000s with an S. So you go through the numbers. Which one of them says 5,000? Then it says the word and, so you know there's a decimal. Then it says 85, so you're looking for the number 85 behind the decimal. And it says thousandths, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. You want that 85 to stop 3 spots behind the decimal. So this space would be empty. What are we going to have to put here in this empty space? We're going to have an empty space, we're going to have an 8, and we're going to have a 5 in the thousandths place. What do we put when we need placeholders? When we need a placeholder, remember we put a 0. All right? So that's kind of how question number 1 goes. Question number 2. When you have these greater than, less than, equal to numbers, if you'll simply get a sheet of paper, stack the 2 numbers on top of each other, line them up at the decimal, okay? Look at what's in front of the decimal. If they both say 30, then those are the same. Go behind the decimal. The first number behind the decimal that is larger is the biggest one out of the 2, okay? So if you line them up and one has a 0 and one has a 3, the one with the 3 is bigger. If they both have a 0 and then the next number is a 3, you look there, okay? Stack them up. Go place value by place value to see which one is the largest. That's question 2. Question 3. Question 4 wants you to add these numbers together and then see what the final product is when you get everything in its place value position. One of the things that I like to do is when I write those down, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Stack them all up by where the decimal would be. Remember, if there is no decimal, where does the decimal hide? For example, in the number 100, where would that decimal hide? Because it's always there. It would hide behind that last 0. So go ahead and stack your numbers up the way that they are in the problem, and then when you add them all up, all the numbers will kind of shift down into the answer in the correct place. So that'll help. And then question number 5 is the same way. Question 2 or for Tuesday, okay, it's another 5 questions. The only thing that's different on this page for Tuesday is this right here. This is the only thing that's different. Okay, so when you see 5 times 100, what is that number? That's 500. Then you see 4 times 10. Well, what's 4 times 10? 40. And then you see 2 times, and then what does this stand for? 1,000th. Okay, so if we add these together, this is 500 plus 40, so that makes 540. And then this tells you there needs to be a 2 where? In the thousandths place. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So that 2 is going to be 3 spots behind the decimal. What are you going to put in those 2 empty place value positions? Remember, if we don't have anything that goes there, then we've got to put zeros there to hold that spot open. Otherwise, the line, like we talked about, if I took people out of line, what are the kids behind them going to do? They're going to move up. Well, when we talk about place value in numbers, we don't want that line to move up. We want those people to be able to keep their spot there, okay? So make sure when you look at this, all these questions, that you be sure if there's an empty place where they don't talk about anything, that you add zeros there, all right? Back is the same thing. It says, how would you say this number? All right, so where does the 3 end? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So whatever this number is, the last word would have to say thousandths. Okay, I'm looking at Wednesday's work. Follows along the same lines. Okay, everything says which one is the greatest. So you're going to have to read those out loud and find which one would be the biggest. Again, it asks you about place value, which one's greater than, less than, or equal to. Here is Thursday. Exact same stuff. Stack them up. See which one is bigger. Okay. It asks you where the 8 lives. So when you look at it, you got to think about your place value. If you don't remember what your place value is, you can quickly Google this online, and it'll you type in place value with decimals, and it'll give you a place value chart. Easy peasy. All right. And then the last one for this coming week, again, everything that we've described. All right. Greater than, less than, equal to. What would this number look like in expanded form? Then it's got some more greater than, less than, or equal to. What's the number look like in expanded form? And here's another greater than, less than, or equal to. All right. I really am trying to make this easy for you. I want you to review. Place value is very important going into 6th grade, especially knowing your place value with decimals. You're going to be multiplying and dividing things with decimals. You're going to have to know what to do with these place value positions. Okay. Don't forget, tomorrow is Monday, so if you need to pick up packets or if you need to return any items, the school will be open from 1 to 7 tomorrow for you to do all that. Okay. I'll see you soon. I will probably just check in to see how you are through Remind and stuff, because I did just go over your entire week's work. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.